Okay guys, welcome back. We're adding one more step to our equations today. So now we're going to see variables on both sides. So we'll notice that that got inserted into our order right after simplify. So we still need to look at the left side of the equation, combine like terms, do distributive property, simplify. We also need to look at the right side of the equation, simplify. Then today we're going to notice that we're going to have a variable on the left and the right, and we're going to learn how to deal with that as we're working through the problem. So we're going to start out with them really simple, and then we're going to build our way up. So here we go. So again, I like to draw that line down my equation. It helps. I'm checking to see if there's anything to simplify. I look at the left, no like terms. I look at the right, no like terms. But what I do notice is I have a 4x on the left and I have a 1x on the right. I cannot have the variable all over the place. I need to combine all the variables onto one side of the equation. I personally always move the smaller variable. So 4x compared to 1x. 1x is smaller. Now, if I have an x sitting over here, how do I make it go away? Well, I take it off or take it away. Take away is subtraction. So I'm going to take an x off of the right. Well, if I do that to the right, I have to do the same thing to the left. So I'm going to subtract or take away an x from the left. So on the left, I had 4 x's, and I'm taking one of them away, so I have 3 x's left. I also had a 6. I didn't do anything to the 6, so he's still there. On the right, I had an x, and I took him away. Well, what's there now? Nothing. Well, we have a number to indicate nothing. Sometimes that confuses people, but 0. 0 means we have nothing there. It's okay to have your equation equal 0. In fact, when we get into graphing, when we get into quadratics, algebra next year, we most of the time want one side to equal 0. So that's ideal. So now I have a two-step equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that plus 6. So the opposite of adding 6 would be to subtract 6 from both sides. So my 6's go away. I have 3x equals 0 minus 6 is negative 6. Now I have multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. I'm going to divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm left with x. Negative 6 divided by 3, negative 2. Now don't forget, we're going to check our equations. That's where we catch our mistakes. So I'm going to rewrite my original equation. 4x plus 6 equals x. I'm going to plug in what I think to be the answer. 4 times negative 2 plus 6 equals negative 2. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Plus 6 equals negative 2. Stop and think. Negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. Both sides are the same. I'm a happy camper. I have the right answer. Okay, let's try another one. We'll do some fun ones. All right, so same thing. I'm going to draw that line. I'm going to look and see if I can simplify. I cannot. I like to move my smaller variable, 5b. How do I get rid of a 5b? I subtract 5b on both sides. Okay, 9b minus 5b is 4b. 5b minus 5b goes away, and I have 18. Now it's a two-step equation. I see a minus 6, so the opposite would be a plus 6. Those cancel out. 4b equals 24. Gonna divide both sides by 4, and b equals 6. Remember, that's your answer. Okay, I'm gonna do my check. 9b minus 6 equals 5b plus 18. So 9 times 6 minus 6 equals 5 times 6 plus 18. All right, here we go. 9 times 6 is 54 minus 6. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 18. 54 minus 6 gives me 48. I wrote a 3. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. 48 equals 30 plus 18, 48. All right, we're good to go. It worked out. All right, now we're going to look at a tricky one. This one's so much fun. Here we go. All right, here we go. So, there we go. We see W's on both sides. Uh-oh, they're both the same. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to subtract this one. So I subtract 9W, subtract 9W, these go away. 3 equals, these go away. 7, uh-oh, that's not true. What does that tell me? Well, if I get something like this and the variable is gone, that means that this problem can't be solved. We say that there is no solution because there is no number in the world that you could plug into W that would work. So this equation is not valid. It's not true. It has no solution. So sometimes that does happen. But I want to warn you, if you start solving and you're getting no solution all the time, you're doing something wrong. This does not happen very often. We should not get very many no solutions. So keep that in mind. All right, good luck. Email me if you need help, and don't forget to do the practice problems.